Boy, Joe Bonamassa does not screw around when he likes his ladies a certain way. 36 in the bust, 28 in the waist, 44 hips is the woman he's describing there. He says it's like getting hit by a fallen tree. What a great line. It's like getting hit by a fallen tree, woman. Man. You know, once Stevie Ray Vaughan died, there were all kinds of people who kind of swept into the breach there, and Joe Bonamassa was already kind of doing his own thing. But he's been around a long time, boy. And he's dynamite. So he's doing the, I did say Playhouse Square. Specifically, he's doing the State Theater for people who want to pay attention to that. But he is from upstate New York, I think. And I'll have another pair for you tomorrow if you still want to get to that show. Speaking of guitar greats, next week on the show, Tuesday, to be exact, I'll be talking to the legendary Steve Vai. Very excited to talk to him. He's got a new album out. I don't think I've ever talked to Steve Vai, but I'm a longtime fan. So that'll be Tuesday afternoon. Talk to Steve Vai. Also next week, I will have Monsters tickets for you. I'll get you to see Jeff Ross. He's doing stand-up at MGM Northfield Park. I'll put you at that Nickelback show we were talking about. They're doing August 9th at Blossom. And Coheed and Cambria.
Yeah.
With a fantastic opening band called Deaf Heaven. I'll go for Deaf Heaven and then leave.
You should stick around for a little bit of Coheed.
Yeah, maybe I will.
You'll enjoy it.
That is May 10th at the Agora.
We'll be in a box.
Yeah.
Hang out there in a box.
So all those shows next week, I'll have tickets for you. And then next Friday, of course, we'll go to Boston Mills Brandywine for the Polar Blast Battle. And it looks like the weather is going to cooperate.
That's nice because I know people were nervous about it.
Yeah, there was some concern. So if everything goes according to plan, we'll have a lot of fun next Friday night. If you still want to try to get on Poundcake's team, you can go to WMMS.com and hit the contest tab there. But I'll put the last two people on Big Billy's Bottom Boys at 5:20 today and tomorrow. My team, the Coxicles. Mary's team, Snow Babies. Big Billy's Bottom Boys. Still got a couple of slots to put in there. Cavaliers are in Houston tonight to play the Rockets, who are currently a terrible team. But we'll see what happens. I don't know that that really matters, I guess. You know, I look at the numbers a lot on these things, and I'm always kind of thinking of people who are in those teams' fan bases. You know, my wife's family is from Detroit, and so they grew up Pistons fans, and the Pistons are a perennially terrible team. They're the worst in the East. Rockets are worst in the West. But the Rockets have one fewer win than the Detroit Pistons. So Cavs, Rockets tonight here on MMS and on the iHeartRadio app. That is an 8 o'clock tip. And then our staff Cavs game is Tuesday night.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Against the Miami Heat. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Poundcake, did you get your ticket?
No, I'm not going.
He's not going, Bill.
I see that.
He has no interest in joining his compadres outside of work. And as much as I can identify with that, how dare you skip the staff
How dare you?
Cavs game?
How dare you?
You've got something better to do, I assume.
This is the, what day is it?
Tuesday night.
Yeah, I do.
He's like, yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I don't remember what it was.
Care to
but I do.
elaborate? He doesn't even know what it is.
This is like when you say you got something in the future planned, and I'm like, I'm already booked up for that day.
Right.
And you're just like, I just don't want to be there.
It's not even that. It's nothing against you guys.
It's okay that if you don't want to be there. I assumed you were going.
No, I went to the last one, and I was just like,
that was enough.
A
year ago.
No, I stayed for like the halftime, and then I went to like another suite,
Mm-hmm.
And then I left.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Now, because you don't have a suite to go to this time, you don't want to go.
As if it's not sweet enough just hanging out with us in the nosebleeds.
Nah, I'm good. I just.
By the way, I would think that listen, I know there's a lot of us going, but it always amazes me that we don't have better tickets.
We had pretty good tickets last year.
But we're up in the nosebleeds.
Last year we weren't. Last year
was
we were in
mid-bowl.
like the mid-bowl.
It was
which those are decent.
Why aren't
This
we?
year, yeah.
Listen, I'm not even saying courtside. Why aren't we like fifth row from the floor?
I don't know.
We're the FM flagship radio station for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And we're up in the nosebleeds. I don't get it. Listen, the Cavs game is fun no matter where you are. It's just, iHeartRadio app, you can leave us messages there whenever you want.
Hey, Alan, hate the show. Can we give Cody a demerit for I ain't no Greek? Just ain't isn't a word, double negative. There's a lot in there.
Actually,
to unpack,
it
but,
is a word.
Maybe a couple demerits. Thanks.
Not only is ain't a word, he didn't say that. And this drives me nuts because people misquote me all the time. They quote you back the way they assume you would say something. That drives me bananas. Poundcake didn't say ain't. He's correct. Ain't is a word. It's in the dictionary. Has been for a long time. But he didn't say I ain't no Greek. So what did that guy hear?
I don't know. But honestly, I get to the point where I do mess up so often that I don't even defend myself anymore. If someone said I said that, I probably did it. I apologize immediately. but I'm like, it is a word. Like I may have maybe I used it grammatically incorrect, but I knew ain't is a word. I've heard it before, and because so many people used it, we probably bullied Webster into putting it in his dictionary.
Here's what you said.
I'm no percentage Greek.
It's just what a Greek person would say.
I'm not Greek.
He didn't even say ain't.
Yeah, I didn't even use the word ain't at all.
I use percentage.
So what are people listening to? Like, I think people half listen and they go, oh, Poundcake said something. He must have, or I don't know what it gets translated in their head or whatever. Trust me, we love kicking Poundcake in the balls for some of his slaughtering the language. That just wasn't one of them.
But again,
and ain't is in the dictionary.
I don't even get mad at them because I wore them down too. They probably thought they're so used to me messing up, they assume I mess up too, and they just want me to apologize. But whatever. What, bitch? I'm glad in this particular instance, I can still hold my head up high. Man, shut your ass up. Head full of hair.
What?
My head that's full of hair. I can hold it
full
up high.
Full of hair. Somebody texted me that you're a snack these days.
Am I?
That's what they said. They said they like the longer hair and that Poundcake's turning into a snack.
I've heard a lot more people, people are enjoying the long hair, but it's just so funny, the comments that people aren't enjoying it. They're like, ew, he looks like a Chucky doll. Like, he needs to cut it. Rat's been sucking on, like, the term.
No one's saying these things. These are the things that you always say. No one's saying rat's been sucking on your hair.
Sucking on your hair.
No one says
I did use
that.
term. Someone else,
and the Chucky doll thing is also something you always bring up.
That someone did say that.
All right, but they're probably quoting you.
Yeah, they are. These are listeners on my Instagram, and I'll take a picture, if I'm at Orange Theory or if I'm like somewhere else, and they're like, dude, cut your hair. Like, dude, obviously you're projecting because you're balding. I'm like, I'm not hiding the fact that my hairline's receding, but I'm gonna enjoy my hair while it lasts. I'm not delusional, but I still have.
And also, what are you
bunch of
supposed to
hair.
do? Like, I have a lot of hair. I'm a 51-year-old guy, right? I'm not balding. I'm not thinning, but I have a widow's peak, and I hate it.
A big one.
Drives me bananas. I do.
Big one. Yeah.
It is.
I have a widow's peak, and I've had it my whole life. It's just my hairline. When my hair was long, wasn't that big of a deal. But when I started cutting my hair, I hate it. Drives me nuts. But it is what it is. But for people who are balding, man, do whatever you got to do. Some people are never happy. They're pissed if you don't do something. They're pissed if you do something. Because they're very displeased in their own lives.
I just feel like I have so many pictures of me with that receding ass hairline at such a young age. Like, it's so reverse right now, because they'll look back at pictures of me like, are you 40? Because you have the hairline of someone who's in their 30s. And I'm like, no, I look a lot younger now than I did back then. Like the picture that we have for, the Alan Cox Show, I look real old in that picture because my hairline looks like I'm old, makes me look like I'm old. So now I'm like, any youth I have, I'm going to exploit it. So sorry.
Exploit the youth.
I'm
Poundcake says this all the time. Exploit the youth.
No, stop
He's
it.
very, very. He has
In
been
so many words, yeah.
Yes, he has been very.
Please don't let me lose any endorsements, please.
He's been very quick to point that out. You know, people ask him all the time, how do you feel about these things? And he will invariably say to them, hey, exploit the youth in any possible way that you can.
Hey, I molest children. No, I don't. I don't do that.
I got to give you some money here. It's $1,000. That'll buy you some plugs. If you win, it's a chance to go fund yourself. Good luck.
The Buzzard wants you to go fund yourself and score $1,000. Enter the nationwide keyword check at WMMS.com. That's check. Enter it now at WMMS.com. And good luck from Buzzard Radio.
You remember who this is playing the guitar, Poundcake?
This is who we talked about yesterday?
No, but he died a few years ago. He was very, very popular and influential, legendary guitar player.
I believe Alan talks about this being his favorite band for a time.
Long time, yes. He was very influential in my life. He's in a band that bore his name, he and his brother.
Not Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, Jim Led Zeppelin was the guy. Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah, that's why I was getting to it, because his son...
I was getting to it.
He was
Shut
getting
up.
to it. You just didn't give him enough time,
I was
Alan.
getting to it. Well, I got a life to lead here, and I got a show to do. How long do I have to wait
You
around?
didn't want to wait for 25 minutes while he somehow thought of Van Halen.
Eddie Van Halen would have been 68 years old today. So happy birthday, Eddie. We still miss you. He died October of 2020, of course.
Can you name one of their songs, Poundcake? One song by Van Halen. Dozens of hit songs.
Can he hear you? What is he doing? Can he hear you?
I don't know.
I don't think he can hear you.
What are you doing?
Do you hear us when we talk to you? He's just looking around and staring, and I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what
there.
happened with him.
Okay. Can you hear us?
Oh, maybe he might be on a phone call.
Was there a lag on the video?
Wait, I'm sorry. Were you talking to me?
Yes.
I was on the phone. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's fine,
Oh,
it's
okay. We weren't sure.
It just sometimes when you're on the phone, you don't talk.
Yeah,
You're just
'cause
listening to them, and so I just see you like staring off into space, and I'm like, is he just checking out right now?
No,
But I was
that-
asking if you could name one song by Van Halen.
My name is Eddie.
What?
No.
That's
I
not
can't, I can't name a song.
No,
by
he
Van Halen.
can't.
Okay, all right. But,
No.
But that's why I like to ask him things, because his answers just are so great. My name is Eddie.
Or sometimes he nails it.
Yeah.
So we want to know which way it's going to go.
Yes,
So
but when
which
he says
way
something
it's gonna
like,
go.
I don't know, my name is Eddie.
Okay, did they make Highway to Hell?
No.
No, they didn't make Highway to Hell.
Okay, well then I don't know. This isn't fun for me because I have to like think on the cuff of like every rock song that I know, and I only know like 4
On the cuff.
I have to think on the cuff.
off the cuff.
I think you're thinking on the cuff.
Didn't think. I know "Living on a Prayer" is Bon Jovi. I don't know, guys.
Yeah, well, Living on a Prayer is Bon Jovi.
Okay. Poison make Cherry Pie. That's the only one I know.
Poison did not make Cherry Pie, and that's not the only one you know.
Oh, okay. But then I was wrong about that too. I thought that was Bret Michaels.
No, he was, Every Rose Has Its Thorn.
That's Poison.
So who made Cherry Pie?
Warrant.
Oh.
Now, in your defense, a lot of those bands were absolutely interchangeable
Yeah.
for about 10 years. So,
You really got me now. That's the name of the song.
all right, yes, that is the name. That song's a cover song. So, yeah. Alan Cox Show After Hours line. People can always leave us messages there anytime you like. It is 216-986-8903.
Hey, Alan, I'm calling. My wife found some kind of social media outlet or something online. It's sort of a Storage Wars derivative. The new people get to own the lockers and they go through them. This platform actually allows them to sell stuff off that they find in the locker in real time. And one of the things that was in there is an album by Fearless Iranians from Hell, which I had never heard of before, and thought that potentially that was within your wheelhouse of music preferences. And I was just calling to see if you could offer any insight from your own personal experience or whatever about them.
There's Bill, one of our South Jersey bureau chiefs, checking. You ever heard of Fearless Iranians from Hell, Poundcake?
No.
Early 80s punk?
Never heard of them in my life.
Well, they were on Boner Records. I mean, for people who remember.
Poundcake,
No,
in your
I'm
defense,
serious.
I've never heard of them either.
No, nobody has.
Yeah,
I only knew of them because I know Gibby Haynes, and one of them joined Butthole Surfers. That was the only reason I knew about Fearless Iranians from Hell. No, they did like 2 albums on and it was the 80s, like 83, 84, and they were pretending to be from Iran or something, and they were screaming about America and... A lot of bands in the early 80s sounded like this when they were making, punk albums.
What year did Tomb of Feces come out?
We wanted America, we got away. We wanted Trans Am, we got away. We wanted you, we got away. We're the Fearless Iranians from Hell.
I mean,
I don't hate it.
We kick ass wherever we go. We smell.
We smell, right. It's very like Dead Kennedys,
Yeah.
kind of, yeah. But a lot of those early 80s punk bands that did like one album, they were, Teenage Jesus and the Jerks, or Peter and the Test Tube Babies. They all had like weird names, and those guys were Fearless Iranians from Hell in the early on Boner Records. I'm telling you, Poundcake, go find them on Boner Records. Thank you, Bill, for checking in from South Jersey. I got a break here. If you'd like to text for anything, 35192. AlanCoxShow.com is where you can watch live if you like. And you can listen wherever on the iHeartRadio app.